sun peeks through the haze, and birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore, morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore, morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning. Good morning. As you guys can see, we've got Coop joining us this morning. Good morning, Coop. Oh, I can't hear you. You're still muted.
I forgot.
I do
morning.
too.
Good morning. Good morning. What's happening, chat? What's happening, Mr. Mikey?
Here we got Joe. We got Lulu. We got Redneck Mafia. Good morning, Tim. Yeah, we got some of the regulars in here. Good morning.
Yeah, buddy, they're pouring in. I'm running over to grab our stuff.
We got people on every platform right now. That's awesome.
I've got all three of mine going. So
yeah, I saw that. I got people on X, got people on Facebook. Good. We're getting out there.
Georgie probably still sleeping.
I know you guys. Well, I was asleep. I wasn't a part of Yoda's stream. I was upset that I missed it, but I was exhausted after traveling yesterday.
Hey, I bet, man. I mean, how many hour trip was that?
It's normally a 2-hour trip, but it was about double because in the mountains, you know, they had gotten snow this weekend. So every friggin' person from LA all decided to go up to the mountains, and not a one of them can drive. So traffic was all screwed up. So it took me longer than what it normally does. I should have known better and taken the back way, but by the time I hit the traffic, it was too late.
There you go.
But it was a good time. I enjoyed it. Hanging out with the Boy Scouts.
Ain't nothing like hanging out with the Boy Scout B&B. Bed and breakfast. I bet you had Wi-Fi too.
There was connectivity. It was not huge, but yeah, I did have some connectivity, so that was good. But I mean, there was activities all day long, so we were we were pretty busy.
As long as you still had the activities, that's what matters.
Yeah, we were expecting snow, um, but and when I started off on Friday, driving up there, like the whole top of the mountain was covered with clouds, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be some nasty snow. But it was actually fog, a little bit of rain up at the top of the mountain where the ski slopes are. That got snow.
Got you. Now he's in at his age. He's probably in Boy Scouts now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's actually he's going for his Eagle Scout this year.
So he's done. Has he surpassed Weeblo already?
Yeah, he's I don't.
I
I
think
always
it's
forget
Cub
all that.
Scout, then I think it's Weeblo, then I think it's Boy Scout, and then it's Eagle Scout.
Yeah, he's got just a couple things he's got left to do, and then he's got to do his Eagle Scout project, and he'll make Eagle Scout this year.
Is his sash full?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, he loves going to all these camps, and when you go to these camps, they just pick up merit badges. Now, because he's got so many merit badges, now he's going for some of the ones that take, like this weekend he was doing climbing, so they were on the rock wall, and that one takes like 3 days to get that badge.
Wow. Wow. Uh-oh. Oh. Man, oh man. Boy, it's been a weird weekend, let me tell you. If anybody out there is switching your phones from AT&T to your internet provider, I'm telling you now, it is a nightmare. Because if you punch in that code to transfer your SMN number or your SIM card number to the new provider, if you punch in that code one too many times, it locks that feature up. So now you have to get a hold of AT&T and have them send you a code to unlock it. And man, Mama was on the interwebs last yes, and it takes some of these guys 6 months later still don't have that. Basically have $1,000 paperweight.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it only took me a day for mine, but I went from I had Sprint T-Mobile, and then I went to Verizon. Only took a day, and because I had to drive 2 towns over to the Verizon store. By the time I got to my house, everything was all done.
Well, see, the issue is the SIM card that was in your phone with AT&T, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to punch in a code that unlocks that SIM card, and it basically unlocks the phone so the new SIM card can be read by the phone. Well, AT&T sends you an email with that code, right? And you just copy and paste that code. Well, when they send you the code don't work. So you got the technician at, say, Spectrum, where we're going, they're constantly putting that code in there, and the code's not working. Well, after so many attempts, it locks that feature up.
Mm-hmm.
So now AT&T has to send you a new code to unlock it, along with a new code to unlock the SIM. And getting that unlock code is the nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was on the phone with AT&T, he kept trying to blame it on us. Well, nobody ever goes more than 3 or 4 times. If you went that many times and locked it up, it's your fault. And I said, no. If you just sent the right code to begin with,
yep,
instead of a faulty code, we wouldn't be in this predicament. We would already be moving on. Because my phone, I was lucky. She was able to put the code in after just a couple tries, and it worked. But anyway, enough of my drama.
That sounds like with AT&T not wanting to lose you as a customer to try to cheap so they can charge you more.
But some of these people are literally
I'm dealing with Spectrum, a similar thing where I ended my service, I went in, I turned in the equipment, and then months later, after I moved, I get this bill, and I'm like, wait, what, when is this for? And it was all after I turned in the equipment, and I was like, I'm not paying that. I'm like, I couldn't even use the service after I gave you guys the equipment. I told you at the store, and my service. Here's the equipment. But they took the equipment, but they were still trying to charge me for the service. I'm like, how would I even get internet without an internet router? You guys had it. I was like, I left the place I was renting. I wasn't even there. So
right. It's nuts.
mm,
I mean, how hard is it? That's just like you were saying. When Mama got this new plan through Spectrum, it doubled our Wi-Fi. They gave us new routers, new modems, and we're supposed to have our phones switched over. All right. We take in the old equipment, just like you said, right?
Yep.
They supposed to scan it. And so we're sitting there and she said, oh yeah, your new equipment is all set up. All you have to do is go home and do this, and you'll be working. Well, because we couldn't get into our email because we have no phone and we have no internet, we couldn't get into email. Anyway, they sent a technician out, and the technician, after this gal had told me several times, oh yeah, your new equipment's already on file. He comes out and he says, it's not working because you don't have the new equipment on file. I guess I'm just going to have to schedule an appointment. I said, oh, hell no. You pick up your phone and you call the office and you tell them to put it on. So he did. Well, Mama told him that. I didn't tell him that. These providers, they make it so hard.
yeah. They're trying to just milk every dime they can, and which is so stupid. It's like if you actually provided good service, most people would probably stick around with you. I had Sprint, and I was pretty happy with Sprint. I'd been with Sprint for over 10 years, and it was okay. Like it wasn't like great, but it was they did enough. But then when T-Mobile bought them, not only did my like service area go significantly down, but then the customer service went to crap. So I was like, I'm not sticking with T-Mobile. I'm out of here.
Well, that's just like us. I mean, we were with AT&T for over 13 years, and the price kept going up and the service kept going down. I was telling people on our chat, sitting inside my house, I would only have that one little tiny bar of service. And you go outside, it's the same thing. So we decided to switch over. Well, my phone now, I don't have anything than all bars except one, inside or outside. So I told the young lady, I said, look, we would still be with you if when the price went up, your service went up, but the service goes down. When we went to 5G, it was worse than what we came from.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
I think the reason why Sprint went is I think they actually had a thing with AT&T, like here, because like some type of agreement where they could use AT&T towers. Because once it switched to T-Mobile, all that went away. Like all of a sudden, I went from having full bars to barely any. But in this area, Verizon, nothing beats Verizon. Like they have a tower on base, whereas the other ones don't. So I've had excellent service ever since I switched. But I mean, Verizon's okay. I do like their internet though.
Right.
The internet that I have is way better than what I had with Spectrum. But out here, you get spotty internet because it's a desert and they don't have fiber everywhere.
I got you. It's just crazy. And now we're looking at the nightmare. Because see, Mama, she paid the phones completely off. And she paid, because AT&T always bills a month ahead, right? So she paid the payment, and she paid the phones off. $2,000 worth of money, right? And everybody keeps telling her, yep, whenever your next bill comes due, even though you're not with them, they're going to say you owe because what do they call that? Oh, or they speculate what your cost is going to be. They're going to say that we owe another month. And I'm like, no, if it's a month ahead and we've already paid, why are we going to pay again if we're not using the phones?
Mm-hmm.
They'll think of every little nasty trick that they can to fleece you out of as much money as they can. Anyway, enough about that. So the boy had fun, did he?
Oh yeah. He had fun. He was really happy that I was there. That's for a long time I've been kept from these type of things. And every excuse under the sun has been used, but eventually excuses run out. And like I've told him, I always want to be there and support you.
There you go. That's what matters.
Yep.
So was it just the two of you that went up and back, or did you have a car full?
Well, he went up with his mom, and there was two other kids from his troop and another mom from the troop. So yeah, all told there was 6 of us.
Okay. Oh, so it wasn't just a daddy son thing; it was a family thing. Mom, dad, and son.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, at least you got to enjoy it with both of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's gone on almost every single one that he's ever been on, and that's why I was kept away.
Gotcha.
But I've slowly chipped away at everything, like every excuse, and you run out of them.
Right on.
But we had a good time, and like I told him, I said every time you do something like this, I want to be there.
Oh, I understand completely. My kids never did the Boy Scouts and stuff because where we lived in Missouri, it was so rural that anytime you wanted to do something, it was so far you had to drive that between mom and dad working, their schooling, my profession called for me to work weekends. So a lot of that stuff was not on the table for our youngin. Kind of sucked, but hey.
No, I definitely understand that. When I was a Marine, things were really hard. But he was the reason I got out of the Marine Corps, as I was not going to be kept away from my child.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. That stuff can. But the kids also had their schooling, so they had a lot of activities. My son, especially, I mean, he had a lot of school activities that he was in that. What do they call that? Where on the football stuff where they twirl the flags.
Oh, like the flag corps?
Yeah, he was on that. He was in choir real big. Matter of fact, his choir stuff, that's what he went off to college for, was for vocal, for chorus. And now he is a teacher for the University of South Dakota.
That's I had a friend of mine who she was real big into choir. She went to college to be an opera singer, and she ended up down in Nashville as a backup singer for a long time.
Right on. I wished he would have tried something else, is not different from his schooling, but try as far as employment. Like I know with what he went to school for, he could have easily went to Disney World and worked towards Disney World in their vocal department. But I understand why he stayed where he's at. I mean, he put down roots. It was his last 4 years, put down roots in that community, and they offered him a job. So why turn down a sure thing? I mean, and he's been there, man. That's been probably 6 years now. He's been there more.
I I've been doing all these international meetings, business meetings, and stuff, and it's now like my son's now old enough where I can travel for things if I need to. I don't feel like I have to be here for him as much, and I'll probably be traveling to the Middle East in the next few months. So keep an eye open. You guys will see Better Nation on the road.
I was just fixing to ask you about that, how that stuff was going over there, if you
Um,
got it all nailed down or not.
it's going good. There's a lot of meetings. There's a lot of people who just don't understand the process because the U.S. government has a lot of rules. It can be hard to navigate if you've never done it before. But I'm fortunate that I was a contract office representative, then I worked as a contractor, and now I'm a contract owner, contract business owner. So I've seen every side of federal contracts. So that's why this is such a good fit.
You've probably seen that before.
Which
What I just posted, I just put my name in there instead of Sam Colt.
I don't see. Is it in the group?
Yeah, it's on your chat.
Oh,
The waving flags.
oh, okay, okay.
That's Samuel Colts.
Chris Elder, good morning, brother.
Ooh, that.
He's over there on X. In fact, we got a lot of people watching on X this morning. Got 85.
Oh, it came up. It came up. You can see X in the chat now.
Yep, yep.
Wow.
We got almost 100 people watching us on X this morning.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I like getting those impressions.
There you go. There you go. How many do I have? Well, I got 20 watching on my side and 4 in the Rumble room. Better go hit that thumbs up while I'm thinking about it. So is everything almost nailed down with your overseas stuff, or?
Um, I've got a couple of companies I paired with. We're just waiting for some contracts. I gotta touch base with one group. They were at a conference, and so I got to touch base with them. And then with another group, we've signed memorandum of understanding. So I'm now their prime contractor. We're just waiting on uh, uh, contracts to open up. There's one that is a building that the U.S. government wants to build in Bahrain that we're gonna bid on. That one's a design build. Really, what a lot of these companies are waiting for is for me and my business partner to go out there and meet face to face. A couple of them have asked us if we'd be interested in opening a office out there, which we are. It's a goal. Now,
Oh, so you're not doing just one contract. You're basically trying to get your whole business established over there for contracts, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
yeah, we have our business established here for contracts, but
Right.
even with us having a special designation, there's still a lot of competition. So we 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 focused here for a couple of years, and the problem is the companies we were paired with didn't understand. Like we would be like, okay, here's a contract, we need a bid in 2 days, and they would just have a million questions and would drag their feet and wouldn't put in a bid. And if you don't bid on contracts, you're never going to win the contract. That's why I was telling these guys, I'm like, look, you have to like when the U.S. government doesn't tell you what they want you to say, here's what we would do, and it's not how normal business is done.
I
Uh,
see.
so for them, it was a learning curve. But we very quickly said, you know what? There's companies overseas, and there's no U.S. small businesses. So that's why we started talking with companies overseas. And I was in the Middle East for 14 months. Lived in Abu Dhabi. So we started focusing there because I still had contacts there. I still had people that I'm friendly with and still talk to, and they started just kind of making connections. And then once people started figuring out, there were a couple other Americans out there were like, oh, I know exactly what you guys can do. So we came up with an agreement that if any businesses they bring us, if we do contracts, those individuals get a finder's fee.
I
So
got you. I got you.
that's but now we're now to the point. They couple of these companies, like the one we just talked to was actually based in Kuwait, and they're like, look, we want you guys to have an office here. We want to work with you, but we want you to have a presence here. And we were like, in Kuwait? And they're like, really anywhere in the Middle East, because they have offices in every country. So we said, okay, we'll open we're gonna look to open an office out there. So
There you go. I thought it was just one con. Oh, by the way, welcome, Georgie. You finally wake up.
I've been in the chat the whole freaking time. Good morning, my favorite gentleman.
What's happening, girl?
I'm a plant.
What?
she's always cranky in the morning.
Especially when I receive a screenshot of.
Don't let the ignorance from that side bother you. Just move on. Move on.
It
We know
doesn't bother me. I'm just going to debunk it. I
We
have
know
no
the
shame.
truth. We
I
know
have
the
no
truth.
shame in showing my DMs between Bruce and I.
We know where that's coming from.
As much as I love Squid, okay, she talked to him first, and we don't hold anything against her for that. So why anybody's holding it against you? They're just dumbasses. So don't even let it bother you. I mean,
Coop, do you ever notice they don't have a problem with you talking with Georgie? They got a problem with me talking with Georgie. And Georgie told me, hey, I'm talking with Bruce. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And, I was like, what are you guys talking about? She gave me a little bit of insight. It wasn't any of my business. So I was like, okay, yeah, you do you.
she told me the same thing. I mean, it's nobody's business who the hell she's talking to. Okay. I mean,
It's
she
people that are jealous that I talk with Georgie.
it's her choice who she wants to talk to, just like it's everybody else's choice. And I get, we know where Georgie's loyalties lie. Okay. They're not with Bubbles. Okay. She asked the man his opinion, he gave it. That was it. Okay. So why she's being called to the carpet for it, I have no clue. I'm still trying to figure out why you're getting yelled at. I mean,
I reached out about my dad, chat. Y'all know the story with that. He asked about Squirrel. He tried to get me to tell him who Squirrel was. See, there's no message there. He set me up an appointment with an attorney in Huntsville. He said, let me know how it goes. I'll keep you updated.
But you can, he can't sue you now. Like
Exactly.
any of these lawsuits he's doing, because you could literally go to the judge and say, I asked for legal advice. You have an attorney-client privilege.
see, other than that, my thing is when he started wanting Georgie to talk shit about Spawn and you and whoever else, that's when it got terminated. Correct?
Yep. I defended them. Sure did.
Okay. So by her defending everybody involved and basically telling Bruce to go get screwed, she's the bad guy. That makes a whole lot of sense to me. How about you guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
And like you pointed out, it's a lot of it's a lot of selective what do you want to call, like, what's the term? Outrage, selective outrage. Because
Right.
like you pointed out, Squid talks to Bruce, still talks to Bruce, but that's okay. Just like how you know, I'm being accused of attacking a veteran. Well, that veteran attacked me, and I'm not attacking the veteran. I just said I won't work with that veteran anymore because that veteran attacked me. I don't have to allow people to attack me.
See, that's just it. When you attack somebody, that means, okay, Mike, you're a piece of garbage, blah, 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 blah. That's me attacking you. Just saying that I'm not going to ever talk to you again or work with you again, that is not an attack. That's just me clarifying that, hey, I'm done with you.
And I'll give everybody. I put out a members only video. Now, Coop and Georgie will both say, yeah, they saw that video before it got put out because I showed it to them. And I told them, I'm going to have this ready and I'm going to wait. And if anything gets said about me on the weekend, it's already going to be uploaded. It's going to be in the background. And I'm not going to put it public. I'll put it members only. If anything is said about me, well, sure enough, there was a stream about me and Georgie again. So I put it up. And then that individual went live again to talk about us. But that individual revealed something. They revealed they have recorded phone calls with myself and others without our knowledge.
which is
So,
illegal.
well, it's not illegal where that individual lives, but why would anyone want to work with that person if they're recording their friends? Like, I don't care if any, like, I've already said any DMs, anything that you think you have on me, put out. But we're back to threats again. Oh, I'll put them out. Put them out. I don't care. There's nothing that's going to show me in an embarrassing or a bad light. And that we've already seen that. That's why he put out the DMs. He redacted them. I put out the full unredacted DMs, and he's mad because they do show him in a bad light.
Well, regardless of, I done lost train of thought now.
There's another person in a very bad light that in my members only video. So if you guys want to check it out, it's $5 to become a member. Unless if you want to wait a year, because that's when it'll go public. But there's someone that he works with who posts under alts, and I reveal who the alt is and what their motivations are.
Well, because I got it back in my head. I don't care who you are. If you don't trust anyone, especially the people you're so-called calling friends, to the point to where you have to record every conversation verbally,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking shitty life. I'm sorry for my language. That's pretty crappy life to have to record every people that you call friends. I mean,
With friends like these, who needs enemies, right?
I never in a million years thought about if I was talking to one of you guys recording your conversation. I mean,
Well, and that's the thing. Like, we don't all agree on everything, and if we have any type of disagreement, and we actually we take it offline. We don't have the need to air dirty laundry publicly. So there's no need to have recordings, you know?
right? I mean, to have that level of mentality to where you have to record somebody you're calling a friend at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the friendship petered out, 6 months later, but at the time you recorded that conversation, you considered them a friend. Why would you record something like that, especially somebody you called a friend? I don't get that.
Mhm.
I don't get that. That to me is looking, okay, I'm going to sabotage this friendship and then I'll use all this shit down the road. That's not a very good look on somebody like that. I mean,
Right.
that's pretty bad.
And that video wouldn't have gone out this weekend, but another stream was done about me. And it's like, okay, well, if you're going to talk about me, I will absolutely. And you don't think I have stuff to reveal? I could. I don't want to. Leave me alone. Move on.
And just for the record, I am not mad at anybody. I don't hate anybody. Okay. I just giving my thoughts and opinions on behavior that I see that I feel is wrong. Okay. And
I was told that he said that my organization should be treating every veteran equally. Who said
pretty
that?
much you pretty
I've never,
much do, don't you?
like, if a veteran's going to attack me, I'm not going to help them.
Right. I mean, somebody walks up and smacks you in the mouth. You gonna be friends with them after that? Hell no.
Well, he's not bringing that veteran onto his show. He's not trying to help that veteran build up a following.
That's the one thing I asked you the other day. Okay. This veteran that they're saying that you attacked, right? You went over a month never saying a word about this man, and this man's running around in several different platforms, running you through the dirt. Started out on one platform, then went to Daniel's platform, and
Yep.
literally on Daniel's platform was on live with him
Yep.
instead of doing it just in the chat. But yet that veteran is not being called out for attacking you. Why?
And
Well,
I-
he's the one that started it. He's the one that did it all.
right, and then was lying and saying that me and Georgie have attacked his family. Like, I didn't.
Yeah,
even
with Georgie in jail for 30 days on Facebook. I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh no, you're fine. But yeah, like, it's just like the insanity of all this. It's like, I don't have to help people. I don't have to. It's never been my mission. I do it because it's a good thing. I've only had the nonprofit open a year, and sorry if someone doesn't like what I'm doing, you don't have to come to me for help, and I don't have to help you. And I'm gonna set up boundaries. That's all. These people have a problem with healthy boundaries.
Well, see, here's my thought on it. You know, I've been around this platform for a long time. I've seen a lot of shit. And when you have your audience that's hooked on one thing, okay, that's what they come here for is your shock, your anger, your awe, you know. Well, when you take that shock and anger and awe out and you try doing something else, your numbers drop, your people watching drop. So, hey, let's just keep doing with the anger, the shock, and the awe, and we'll get that channel over there that we're talking about to start talking about it. So now their people are going to come see me, my people are going to go see them, and it's just a back and forth and a back and a forth. Where it's a game that I don't like to get in because I'll tell you, I did get into that game years ago, and it ultimately, in the long run, it hurts a person more than it helps them. So best thing is don't talk about it. Leave it the hell alone.
They
Just-
all are easily manipulated by the chat. If someone comes into the chat to stir up shit, oh, they jump right, like they're into it. Like, I've had people try to do the mommy daddy thing with me, come in, oh, Spawn Trooper was saying this about you. And I've said this, okay, we'll take a clip of it and I'll listen to it. And then I move on. Because I'm not going to take what someone says at their word. I'd much rather hear it for myself. And I'm not going to listen to 3 hours of a live stream. Send me a clip and I'll listen to it. And
See, that's what I love about Georgie and my streams. When we do streams every morning, we don't have them gossip monkeys sitting in the chat trying to egg on our anger because we're not angry. We're just here to have fun. We're not here to talk shit about a conflict that happened in private between individuals. We're here to have fun. And our chat is awesome every morning, just like yours. I don't see anybody sitting here raising Cain in your chat. But when you have a chat that's completely full of nothing but negative Nancy's that want to keep stirring the pot and, oh, you're such a good person because you're calling out all of this garbage, they're feeding off of the shit that the chat is creating. And that's stupid. That's stupid. You're never going to go anywhere in a situation like that.
even with that, all that show that he does is starting shit with Bruce, with the fleas. Like, And I to some extent I can understand trying to get the heat off Jeremy. And I do some stuff like that because I don't want heat on Jeremy. I want Jeremy to do the content that he feels he wants to do, and I want him to feel free that he can do that. But I'm not, for a long time, I was like, well, if the fleas did something, I'd tell people, send me a clip. I'll make fun of what they're actually saying, but I'm not in my stream yelling, trying to get them to do anything. Like, I'll just mock them when they do something. And the same was when Slug was attacking me. I told everybody then, you can go back and watch it. Clip it, send it to me. That's all I'm doing.
Well, I try to be fair. Okay. I like to get along with everybody. I don't like conflict. But when I see something wrong, I'm going to say something. Just because I don't say it on my channel doesn't mean I don't have feelings about it. I don't say it on my channel because I don't want that stuff on my channel. But point blank, if you're going to call Peter to the plate, you better call Paul to the plate. Okay. Yeah. And don't sit there and say, oh, this guy over here is a piece of crap because he's attacking someone in my chat. Well, the person in your chat is the one that created this entire situation. Okay. For months, this person went around, and just because you're picking his side of it is because, oh, he's part of your people now. Okay. He's one of your little crones now. But when you're calling out one vet, you better call out the one that actually started it, the one that actually did it.
Have you noticed it's the same players who start the drama every single time. They get it going and then they back off. And that's where some of these people don't realize they're being manipulated. And have you noticed now it's all quiet about Uncle Frank? For a while they couldn't get to enough people to say, "Oh, we think Uncle Frank is fake." And all of a sudden now that has died off. And yesterday I did get a clip where it was demanded that I show proof of Uncle Frank. I don't have to show proof of shit, and I'm not going to show proof of shit. If you don't believe that Uncle Frank was a real person, you think, what I was doing for the family, if you think that's a scam, so be it. Move on. This channel, this show is not for you. Move on. But I can tell you, Uncle Frank was a real person. Uncle Frank was a veteran. His family feels harassed, and his family is taking action about those people who were investigating. And let me just say this, they broke the law.
Yep.
And if you don't think authorities are involved now, you're out of your mind. So I'm not showing a damn thing. I don't have to prove a damn thing. Whatever the family wants to show is up to them. They're the bereaved. And I was on the phone with Yoda yesterday. I wish I could have done more yesterday, which, Georgie, I don't know if you heard. I did get your messages. I didn't get them at the time. I got home and I was out after all day of traveling.
But
yeah,
I'm going to be bringing this up on our stream later. But everybody in the chat that's there right now, if you were watching Yoda last night, I was not referring to DJ Radis when I was picking on Yoda about not being real. I was referring to Gail. Okay, the woman that went around to multiple platforms, this one included, saying Uncle Frank was not a real person. That is who I was referring to. That's who I was picking on Yoda about, not DJ Radis. Make that very clear. I can't. What's her Jenkins? I think is her last name.
Gail Jenkins. There's a couple Gails out there, so we want to clarify. Like we got some good Gails who watch our shows, but Gail Jenkins, yeah, that woman is a straight up snake.
And that is who I was referring to, because that was all put public on several platforms that Uncle Frank was not real. And I just wanted to make that very clear. I was not referring to DJ Radis. Now, what the people in the chat were referring to, or other people's on the panel, that's up to them. But me personally, I was referring to Gail. She's a piece of garbage, and she'll never be back on my channel again, ever.
Same with mine. Like she's persona non grata. She shan't ever be here again.
You know, personally, I have not seen DJ Radis say one word about any of this for weeks now.
Well, there's a reason.
Do what now?
There's a reason why.
Well, whatever the reason is, I haven't seen him talking publicly about it since. So,
He's still
kudos to him. But I was referring to Gail.
So he's still trying to. DJ Redis is a shit stir. I'll just straight say it. He's a shit stir. He wants the drama. He was back into my DMs again, trying to send me stuff, and you know, him and I. He didn't like what I was doing previously and threw me out a shady bunch, and I didn't give a shit. I don't care. I don't need to be a part of your cool kids club. I went and I started doing my own thing, and then he came to me and wanted to be a part of what I was doing again, and I opened the door to him and was letting him, but I still knew he was a shit stir, and I told several people, just keep an eye out on him. Just keep an eye out. And sure enough, he then manipulated other people with all this Uncle Frank stuff because they got it into their head that Uncle Frank was not real and it was all a scam. So he is now he's persona non grata here, and he's still trying to get my attention in DM. And I understand he's trying to manipulate. You know, it's a lot of people who need mental health treatment. Like if you're homeless, there's a problem. There's a problem. And if these are the people that you're bringing onto your show, and you've been told you need a therapist, there's a problem. So it's a lot of these people that they all have mental illness, and they mess with each other mental illness. That's why I'm able when someone's doing a live stream about me, I don't have the need to go live immediately and combat whatever they're saying. I'll address it, but I'll wait a couple days. I don't need to be emotional on here. I'm just gonna, and when I do, you see what I got. You guys see what I do. I put up the clip. Here's what they said, and then I address it. And I don't dwell on it for multiple hours.
Pop that up there for a minute, Mikey, if you don't mind.
Which one?
The one I just shared.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
All right. This is who I was referring to, chat. Okay. This person right here. She tried starting shit telling me how to run my own channel. I kind of blew that off. Okay. She didn't like it when I came back snarky. Okay? That's here and there. The fact of the matter is, this conversation that she put, or this comment she put up, was on one platform. Now, this was the second one. And these are just two of many that she has putting up. Okay. And this was after everybody said, even Spawn said, look, Mr. Uncle Frank was a good person. He is a good man. She still thinks that Uncle Frank is not a real person. So this is the person I was referring to.
Yeah.
And no one will ever hear me talking smack about anybody. This is the only time you'll hear me talk smack about somebody. And this person right here is a piece of garbage, and she can stay right where she's at. She fits right in with that bunch.
Yep.
But there, people want proof. There's your proof. There's. I'm not bullshitting about nothing.
And all you have to do is watch that stream of DJ Radis on Spawn Trooper's channel. Like, you can see the chat, you can see what people were saying, you can hear DJ Radis make all of his accusations, and until Lulu, who's here in our chat, until she called people out, they were all on board with it. Yeah, oh wow, this is amazing, this is despicable, this is disgusting. Everybody was on board with it, and then finally it took one person of sense to say, you're attacking a veteran and there's no proof here. And then everything changed.
And speaking of attacking veterans, is this not an attacking a veteran right here? claiming the man does not live, the man does not exist. Isn't that attacking a veteran? And to condone that in your own chat. But anyway, you guys, there you go.
It was said yesterday that I wasn't in combat. Um, I was just a desk jockey, which, if you want to say that, I don't care. Did I get outside the wire? Not a lot. I did get out twice for convoys, but yeah, I was for the most part a fobbit. But that was because that was my job. And in the military, when you're given a job, you do that job to the best of your ability.
Right. Just because you didn't fire a rifle at the enemy doesn't make you any less than the guy who did.
Now, when I went on convoys, did I get shot at? Oh, you betcha. Did my camp get rocket attacked and me have to run into the shelter? You betcha. And then I had one of the haters, Tammy Lynn, on the fake group saying that I was a contractor. I wasn't military. I've literally posted the pictures on this show of me in Afghanistan. I was never a contractor in Afghanistan. I'm a contractor now, but and they've posted all the stuff about my business. They can see my business only formed in what, 2021, 2020, like like I was in the military.
But now, guys, I'm not attacking anybody. I'm not telling you guys not to listen to anybody. I'm not telling you guys you can't go do whatever. I'm just saying, if you're going to call one person out, you got to call the other people out too. Just because they're sitting in your chat feeding the bullshit over there doesn't mean that they are innocent. So if you're going to call one person out for doing wrong, you better call both of them out, or all three of them out, or all four of them. That's just how it goes. I mean, I'm not mad at or hate anybody, but if you're gonna preach integrity and honor, it goes through everybody, just not the ones that you're disagreeing with. It even goes with the people that are sitting in your chat starting shit.
I didn't have a chance to listen to it last night, but I am going to listen to Yoda's live that you guys did last night.
It was just a bunch of fun.
It was us teaching him how to work Restream. Well, Coop teaching him.
It wasn't nothing serious. It was just a bunch of fun.
You know what he's going to do with the money?
He's getting that trailer, and what
Did
they
you know
did. Did we know that? I did.
No. Did he announce it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I told him he wanted me to announce it, and I was like, "This is honestly something you should announce on your channel, and then let me promote it after the fact." So I did tell him yesterday when we spoke, he should announce it on his live. So if he announced it, ladies and gentlemen, that's what the money for Uncle Frank is going to go towards. They're going to buy a trailer for fishing equipment and still be able to keep taking the disabled children fishing. And I think that is a great way to honor Uncle Frank's memory. So
he made it very clear that the GoFundMe, he was told that the GoFundMe is to whatever they needed to use it for. And that he explained exactly what he was doing with it. He was buying a trailer. He's going to outfit it to hold all the fishing equipment for the kids. He was very clear.
And that's it. Here, I'll put it back up again. So this is the fundraiser. So now that you guys know, when I built the fundraiser, I didn't say it's for this. I wanted the family to be able to decide whatever they wanted to use that money for, because I wanted them to have options, and they were grieving. Like, I started it in I think the 72 hours after Uncle Frank died. So there was a lot of things they had to do. But now you guys know what they intend to do with that money. So if you could go give to Uncle Frank and Yoda, that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep the kids fishing.
He also said that he's getting that trailer wrapped with the logo of Uncle Frank's kids.
Yep.
On it.
But they're Uncle Frank and Aunt Elizabeth, I thought, aren't they putting both names in there?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know he's got a
LLC.
He changed the name of his dadgummit.
He changed the name of his channel to Uncle Frank's Kids.
Yeah.
Nice.
which was smart because, like he said last night, he's already got the following built on his channel. So it's easier to do that than it is trying to start over with a whole new
Oh,
thing.
absolutely. And
But
honestly, that will be better for his channel because when you have something like that, like that's why when I started this channel, I wrote my mission because I knew what I wanted to do, but I wanted to always remind me that it's not about me.
yeah, there's Uncle Frank's GoFundMe. I just posted on all three platforms. I'm sorry I don't have your Rumble pulled up, Mikey, but
You're good. You're good.
I do have your channel pulled up and my channel and my Rumble. So
We got Lulu in there who's given everything. Yeah, here's his. Here we go. Here. So yeah, Uncle Frank's Kids LLC. So you can see right there, they did an LLC. They're doing things the right way.
now moderators can't pin the comments, so you'll have to pin it on your side there if you want it pinned,
Sure.
Mikey.
Actually, here I'm gonna.
There, it's pinned at the top of mine. It's pinned over in Rumble, and Mikey is pinning it now on his. So
And the other thing I'm really loving there because Uncle Frank was a Native American, and the tribe is really supporting this. They loved Uncle Frank, and they were helping with the negotiation of getting the trailer. So that's the other thing. When you start a nonprofit, if you're starting a nonprofit to rely on donations, you're gonna fail because donation money dries up. That's why I sell T-shirts. Now, does that mean I can do a lot? No, I can only help as much T-shirts and stuff I sell. But
see, speaking of the t-shirts, oh my goodness. Speaking of the t-shirts, uh oh, all right, all right, all right. I he's came up with his little logo, but me personally, with something like he's doing with these kids, I think the logo needs to be very simple, one colored, that can be done quickly. And so I'm going to try and design him a little logo that can be done in one color, and it can be what do you call that? Not vinyl, the where you use the paint. What is that? Screen printing.
yeah, yeah.
That way, that's something that the tribe can get in and help with. They can set up screen printing and they can just one color all day long, you
Well,
know?
and having the backing of the tribe is really going to help
Yes.
because when you have support organizations like that, that's what this channel, like when I created the nonprofit, the channel supports the nonprofit, and I knew because I had talked with other people with nonprofits that would be there to support it, and having things like that really make sure that your nonprofit is going to be
What?
successful and help people.
What? What? That's not right. Why is that doing that?
Uh-oh. But I do have to laugh at all these people who are just being negative and wanting to stir this drama. We they haven't affected us. We are successful. We've been able to move on and do things to help people.
Right. All right. Oh, shit. It's getting 16 minutes till time.
I know, but I'm Georgie, but I'm not going to give that any attention right now. And we can talk about that offline.
There you go, Georgie.
Because and this was mentioned yesterday. Like Squirrel, when he was on the channel, kept saying this is a copyrighted stream. This is a copyrighted stream, and Spawn Trooper was like, "You're using Max Lab and all this stuff." And when Squirrel was saying it was a copyrighted stream, you got mad. I didn't get mad. I just was like, "Hey, stop with that," because when you tell people over and over it's a copyrighted stream, guess what you're doing? You're telling them report this. that's what you're doing. So I was never gonna, encourage that type of thing. Like you don't show all your cards. And yeah, and I see people saying that other channels are being attacked. Again, that's why I'm not going to give it. I'm not going to give it a lot of airtime because it's just going to encourage more of that. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Nope, that's wrong. Not you, Mike. Me. I was clicking too many things. It's not doing what it should do. I clicked the wrong button. I brought myself right back into your stream.
It's all good. It's all good.
But brother, I think I'm gonna get off of here. I've got to go and make another cup of coffee and get ready for Georgie.
No worries. I'll in fact, yeah, you guys go get that set up and I'll redirect, get that all set up.
I don't think I can redirect to my own stream, can I? I don't know why I'd even try. I mean,
you can redirect to a video on your thing.
Yeah. But anyway, brother, it's been nice. It's been fun. Chat. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pop off of here. I think we got about 15 minutes or so before we go live. Now, if you're not busy, you got the link, brother. If you don't, I'll put it in the chat. Well, it's in the chat.
I'll jump in there. I got nothing going.
All right.
I'll
put it in our
keep going until you guys go live, unless if you want me to pair.
Yeah, you can pair. You can pair. So I'm gonna get out of here.
I'll go until about 5 till, and then I'll go in pair.
All right. Well, the link I just posted it in our chat group. So you do you, boo.
So for those of you watching, what that means, when I say I'm going to pair, that means I will be for about 5 minutes ending the stream and then be right back.
So fun fact, you can pair to another stream while being live on your own stream. I just did.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. So he sent you a link. It'll open a separate tab because it's separate from what you're doing.
Okay.
So you weren't paired with us this morning, were you?
No, but okay. I do it every time I do pair with Skipper in the mornings.
All right. Well, I'm out. Be good, guys. I'll see you in a few.
See you in a minute.
I'm setting it up right now. There we go.
Look at that. You're the one that taught me all about Restream, but I taught you something new.
Oh, yeah. But I'm constantly learning. Like I really enjoy Restream because they're constantly upgrading. So there's always stuff to learn. And I think it gets better, progressively better.
Yes. The only thing that annoys me is they decide to do the updates or the upgrades early in the morning when the majority of us do our morning streams. And it screws up everything.
Yeah, they are I believe they're out of Sweden. Restream's an international company. But yeah, so it's their night.
That makes sense.
But yeah, that's okay. We'll have all this ready to go. We're figuring it all out, people. Good morning, Cynthia. See you there. There's a couple people. Heroes, good morning. Yeah. I'm thinking I might take some clips of that members only and put that out so people can see that there's some juicy stuff in there.
Right.
A lot of people sending me messages while I'm alive. It's like I'm not going to get to them. Like, if you put a message in here, I'll get to it, but I don't always get to messages that you send me.
Bruh, your daddy is right there. Good morning, chat.
No.
That's how your little one feels. No.
Yeah. Like he
Uh,
was sitting right beside his father and he decided to come in here and ask me for food. Bro. Like, I'm working here.
and you're like,
I don't know you.
I'm glad you guys had fun. I was worried. That's why I scheduled content to go out while I was gone. Because I was like, I don't want there to be like a big lull in the channel.
Right.
I had a nice conversation with Brett yesterday. That was fun.
Poor Miss Reese looked like she was miserable.
Yeah. They've been battling it. It's going around. Not fun being sick.
No, I told him in chat yesterday, I was like, it's because y'all moved from nice, warm Florida that hardly ever gets cold to Tennessee. You're up in the mountains. The weather is totally different. The air's different. We have more oxygen in the air up here. So it's our bodies adjusting from that to this.
I joined late, but I really enjoyed Jeremy's live yesterday.
Oh,
There were so many good updates.
yes. His story, though.
Which one?
The book he's working on. That was fantastic.
Jeremy needs to start learning how to use AI because he could have that whole book done and ready to print. Like have AI do the illustrations.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
I'm shocked Amanda Martin came to her deposition.
Right?
Like
I was not expecting them to say she showed up
that
late, but she showed up.
And I don't think people understand how huge that was because that was a county official. And like I've been saying, Jeremy would never make money off Lynette and John, like with any type of lawsuit, anything coming out of it. He'll never make money off it. It'll cost him way more in legal fees. However, when he gets to the point where he sues the county, oh yeah, he now is going to make big money.
Mm-hmm.
That county and the town doing what they did, like I can't believe Russell is that stupid to run again. Like, does he not realize Jeremy can bring back his lawsuit?
He already said he would.
Like, so yeah, run. I'm sure Jeremy would love to get some money.
I do find it interesting that Jeremy said that Bruce kept trying to interrupt and halt the deposition, though.
He is proving to be the worst attorney
on the planet.
Oh my God. Like, that's just bad. That is just bad. Wow, we got 136 people watching on X right now.
Wow.
In a couple minutes, though, there's going to be an interruption. We're going to end this live, and then I'll be live right again, but we'll be it'll still go out on my stuff, but it'll be Georgie and Coop's normal show. I'm just a guest, even though I'll be streaming it out.
We got just a couple minutes.
Oh, he also said why specifically they want the GPS data from the Jeep, because it'll prove they put up the signs.
Oh, not only that, but it'll prove they stalked him.
Yep.
But the Fleas are trying to twist it on their show last night, saying that Jeremy's stalking her with her own GPS. What?
That is so stupid. Like, how
do they not comprehend that it getting turned over from one attorney to the other, it stays in the attorney's hands? Something like that.
Nancy says the election officials already said Russ cannot run. Did they make that determination? Because last I heard, They had not made any determination.
No, Brett and Therese said in my chat the other morning that he can run, even though he's under investigation. Until the case is closed, he can run and he can sit in the seat.
Yeah.
But if the investigation is closed while he is sitting in his seat, he can be removed and fined $20,000 per item they're investigating him on.
And with all that, he can also, if they go to remove him or go to block him from the ballot, he can also sue for that and try to get an injunction to allow him to be voted into office. He can, and if he is elected again, he can sue to keep his position. Now, whether or not he'll be successful, that all remains to be seen. But having seen these things play out before, I think a judge would say, okay, well, he can temporarily stay while we deal with all the court stuff. But he can also be sued by Jeremy personally. Jeremy can sue the town. So, like, it is not in the town's best interest. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up the show so Coop can go live. So, yeah, it's not in the town's best interest to allow him to serve. If he's going to pursue it, it's kind of dumb. But I'll tell you what. Let me go ahead. We're gonna end this, and we'll be live in just a minute. Back with Coop and Georgie, and we can keep that discussion going. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. Hey, you guys, thank you so much, and as usual, thank you for being worth serving.